This week on Undercover Boss Canada, the man who juggles Sunnybrook's $1 billion annual budget quits his cushy office for the week to join the front lines.
This hospital is going downhill.
It's very frustrating.
Executive Vice President Malcolm Moffat wants to make the nation's largest single-site hospital more efficient, but he's in for a big health check.
It's tough work. I'm not a very fast learner.
And when his week in disguise is up, he'll return to his old job, call a 911, and reward the unsung heroes he met in truly unbelievable ways.
This is a joke. Oh my God.
With the world economy in a fragile state, top corporations must adapt to survive. The bosses of some of Canada's biggest companies are about to take extreme action. To stay ahead of the game, they're going undercover in their own organizations.
More than 1 million patients a year visit Sunnybrook Health Sciences Centre in Toronto. It has an envied reputation worldwide for excellence in heart and stroke care, cancer care, and women's and baby health. Boss Malcolm Moffat stepped into his role just over a year ago and admits he still has a lot to learn.
This hospital is a $750 million enterprise. When I came into healthcare, funding was all about 5% increases, 7% increases every single year. Now they're about 0% increases. It means that every single year we have to think about how can we provide the same level of service or a better level of service for less money than we had in the previous year. There's a whole team of people that are behind the scenes. The people that work in the kitchen preparing the food. There's the housekeepers. There's the plumbers and the electricians. So I've never lived in their shoes. How do we ensure that we're hiring the right people? How do we make sure that we're giving them the tools to do the job? And how do we make sure that we're motivating them to recognize that they are an essential part of the team? Those are the kinds of things that keep me awake at night. I grew up in Montreal. I wanted to become a doctor from, I think, the time I was about 7 years old. I didn't get into medical school, and I was upset. But it gave me an opportunity to reflect on what I wanted to do with my life. I wasn't going to become a doctor, but I did want to be involved in the health sciences somehow. I had a great boss who gave me lots of opportunities, and one of the opportunities was to do some of the administrative function. He hated doing that kind of stuff, so it was kind of a win-win situation for both of us. I met my wife at McGill University in 1978. We met at a party. I was a bartender at the party, and she was a guest. And we've been married for almost 32 years. We don't have kids. We do have a bevy of nephews and nieces and godchildren, but we ourselves have never had children. My wife works in the banking industry. Both Louise and I have very stressful jobs. We help to de-stress each other by doing things together. Some of the challenges that Sunnybrook faces on a daily basis include capacity. Today, as an example, we're running at 98% occupancy. So if you have an infectious outbreak in the hospital and you're at 98% occupancy, it's very difficult to isolate the patient. If you're below 95% occupancy, then you have some flexibility. How can we get to 95% occupancy on a regular basis?
It's Monday morning, but Malcolm's taking extra time to get ready today. Being someone else for the week will be liberating and insightful.
I'm going undercover as Ray McElhone, who is part of a new provincial program that helps train people re-entering the workforce in a new field. I'm very nervous about being discovered.
After an hour of nervous preparation, he's cautiously ready to reveal his new look to wife Louise.
Okay, ready to go.
What the hell's going on? You look like your brother. It's this. You really need a stash. I doubt very much he'll be recognized. I think it really changes who he is and what he looks like. I hope they don't recognize you. I'm somewhat afraid it's so good that they're going to kick him off the campus and tell him he has to go home and get cleaned up before he can get a job. He looks a bit disreputable.
But before Malcolm hits the road, he has to answer to his executive team.
What do you think?
I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I'm loving this.
I need to go undercover because this hospital needs to get patients better as quickly as possible so that we can free up beds. And we need to find out how support services like housekeeping and painting are helping us achieve that objective. So I'm going undercover to find out. Thank you.
I think it's a marvelous idea, given that we are a 10,000 person large family. It's very, very difficult to actually interact with those with whom we don't interact with on a daily basis.
I think that he's going to find it a great way to learn more from our staff.
I've been in healthcare for 30 years. As I've moved higher positions in the organization, I'm told less and less of the truth. This is about digging deeper into the organization and possibly finding out things that I would never find out if I didn't do this.
Coming up, it's a wrap, just not a very good one.
Carefully, don't squish the sandwich. Take it off, do it again.
And later, the secret boss is making cutbacks.
Miss a few spots.
Yesterday, Malcolm Moffat had the top job at Sunnybrook Hospital, but now he's a boss undercover. And afraid his cover will be blown, he's beginning his work week hidden away in the kitchens.
I'm a little nervous for today. I love to cook, I love to experiment. The food preparation in a hospital is not about experimentation, it's about getting it exact. Making sure that you're giving people the right diet and the right amounts. So I'm a little nervous that potentially make a mistake and that could have ramifications. Hi, I'm looking for Krista.
Hi.
Hey, Krista, hi.
Hi,
I'm
Krista.
Ray.
Nice to meet you. How are you doing?
Nice to meet you.
I've been working at Sunnybrook since 2007. That's 6 years. And I make sandwiches for the patients. All right, what I'm going to get you to do first is just follow me over here to the hand washing sink. We're going to wash our hands, okay?
Krista has no idea that the man she's working with really could butter her bread because he's the boss, disguised with a fake tan and chin turf.
So this is my sandwich station, and you're going to help me get it set up for the day. Just sanitize this area here.
Okay.
I'm going to clean my fridge down, okay?
Okay.
Just any surfaces that, we might touch or food might touch, you just want to make sure you clean it down.
Okay.
And we're producing tuna salad sandwiches today is our main sandwich, and we have to make 303 of those. And then our second choice for today is chicken salad sandwiches, so we're making 32.
Okay.
Usually I make about between 300 and 400 sandwiches a day. Sometimes that production could be a little bit higher. I change my gloves really frequently, so I just give my cutting board a quick wipe down. They're clean, but,
So you seemed really concerned about sanitation. Is that,
I am. I have, my reasons for that. I have a friend who had leukemia when he finally got his bone marrow transplant.
that must have been tough.
He had no immune system. He died because of an infection that he contracted in the hospital from improperly handled food. So it wasn't the cancer that killed him.
To have somebody actually die as a result of food handling in a hospital, that should never happen.
So it's just something that's never left me. And I go through so many gloves and so many rags and, and I don't care. I have to do it. I think it's important. And I think the patients would agree with me.
That's a huge amount of tuna.
Well, how many are we making again? 303?
303.
We're gonna mix this up. I'll add the mayo, and then I'll get you to get your hands in. So I'm just gonna, this is definitely gonna take this and more. So you can just,
So I'm just...
like you're making bread, you're mixing, right?
Oh, great. It is like kneading dough.
It really is. So you're married?
Yep.
That's nice.
Yep.
How many years?
Almost 32.
What?
Almost 32.
32 years?
Yep. I was a baby when I got married.
Funny. I'm not
Really?
married.
I honestly.
Really?
Yep.
I'm not married.
You have a kid?
I do.
So you're a single mom? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, her dad's around, but unfortunately it didn't work out the way that we planned it to.
That must be tough, being a single mom.
It is. It's not easy.
I can't imagine what it's like to have a job and be a single mom and all the worries that must create.
Okay, guess what?
Yeah.
You're gonna make tuna sandwiches now.
Okay.
And you lay them out like cards. I know, we only have the one scoop. It's okay, I'll be quick and do this, and then you can have it.
Okay. Oh, so you're doing all of them, and then you're putting another piece on top.
Well, what I do is I usually make 40 at a time.
Right.
See how I just keep my loaf on here and pull out as I go?
Yeah.
So just being very careful, and you're putting your hand over and just back and forth gently. So you're not gonna squish. I think Ray's technique needs to be worked on. I noticed he was squishing the sandwiches sometimes. So I'll mix the chicken salad for you since you did such hard work on the tuna. There were no clean blue scoops.
So we're gonna clean that one up.
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
You know, it'll take too long for it to come through the dish machine, right?
Right.
I'll get you to wash it out, and then we'll just rinse it under clear water, and then we'll sanitize it quickly before we use it. I know, it's a bit time-consuming.
It seemed kind of weird to me that there wasn't enough equipment to do the job.
Sometimes you might not always have the things that you need to do your job readily available. Pans, trays, scoops, cutlery, that kind of thing, stuff that we need. It's very frustrating. There's your chicken. You have clean scoops, and I'm gonna get you to wrap these too.
Oh, joy.
Try and, if you can, bring it up against the edge, and you can level off your scoop to make sure your portion is
Okay.
a little bit more accurate.
Yep. Okay.
I remember when I first started here, my daughter was still a baby. One of my supervisors upstairs asked me, she said, "Oh, when your daughter goes to school, you'll be a professional sandwich maker." It's like, I don't even think I'll be sending her sandwiches, but guess what, I do. I like what I do. It's pretty simple. You're down like this, and I just go under like this, and then you're kind of twisting. It's not as easy as it looks.
No. Okay, this is when I become a complete spaz.
Don't make me redo it, okay? I'll show you again.
I'm not a very fast learner.
Right?
I was pathetic at wrapping the sandwiches.
Carefully, don't squish the sandwich. Take it off, do it again.
It felt like I had 4 thumbs in each hand, and I just couldn't get the hang of it. It doesn't look as nice as yours.
Not too good. It's not very presentable. If I was a patient and I was receiving that sandwich and it wasn't wrapped well, I might have second thoughts about consuming it. Yeah, see, it's not even sealed down here. How about I wrap the rest after you're done that one, and you can use the gun and put some best before dates on them?
Sounds good.
All right.
Otherwise, we might never get out of here. I was really pleased to see that Krista was focused on not just making sandwiches, but making sandwiches in a correct way and in an appealing way so that the patient experience would be a good one. I was really pleased to see that.
Coming up, Malcolm crosses the line.
You gotta have straight lines in grass cutting.
And later, he's making work for himself.
Okay, you're gonna have to clean the counter again.
Malcolm Moffat, the boss of Sunnybrook Hospital, is about to start his second day working in disguise.
I'm working outdoors today on the grounds. I'm not sure what their job entails. Morning.
Morning.
I'm looking for Rohan.
Hi,
I'm Ray.
I'm Rohan. It's a pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, we'll have fun today. A lot of fun. I'm the team lead for the grounds department. I've been with Sunnybrook Health Science Center for 9 years. It's 100 acres of parkland, and we're responsible for all the green infrastructure and everything outdoor. But initially what we start with is waste removal. So we come here, scoop and hoop, do the garbages, do the waste. We have this philosophy. If it's not green, it can be seen. So let's get it clean.
Amazing how many cigarette butts there are. I thought I read somewhere that this was a smoke-free campus.
It is. So this is the home of Canada's veterans. So this is their courtyard. So pretty much just keep scooping open.
Okay. Oh. That was dumb. These brooms seem to be a little flimsy. There could be a better piece of equipment to do something like that instead of these little brooms that actually felt as if they were about to fall apart.
So we're supposed to be inside, in and out in like 15 minutes. Check all the bins, scoop and hoop. So we're really, need to motor.
Motor?
Yes. Ray's a little slow. We have time limits on specific areas. So have you been up here? Yeah. And we're falling a bit behind. All right, So, this is our zero turn riding more. And then more power now, the yellow one. Foot off, foot off. There we go.
I really felt gratified that I was cutting the grass, and I could actually see the grass being cut. That was kind of neat.
Missed a few spots. You're not supposed to turn in the middle of the field, so that's the wrong thing. So now he's creating a V. I was frustrated watching Ray, really butchering those lines, because it's all about the lines. It's all about the optics, the aesthetics. We'll have to come back anyway to cut the entire thing again. We gotta have straight lines in grass cutting. Lift weight?
Yeah.
Okay. You okay? Yeah. You can get one by yourself, no?
Probably not.
Probably not? Okay.
I didn't expect to have to lift heavy paving stones. That was a little bit of a surprise to me.
Next part's the tough part, actually.
Physically, he struggled on the heavier tasks.
I can feel I'm sweating. I'm definitely sweating.
We do have a great team right now. We are contributing to healthcare. The landscape improves, and there's a lot of research that shows that improves patient quality, reduce stays, less pain, less stress, and even staff outcomes, all because of landscape. Okay. So with that factor, the staff realize they are contributing to the hospital in a global sense. Yeah. So it gives them that sense of pride to do more.
Sounds like you're very, very passionate about the work that you do.
Yeah, I get paid for what I do. I love
what you love.
The best part of my job is knowing that I'm contributing to the healing process, knowing that what we do in the grounds actually enhance the patient care here at Sunnybrook.
Medicine isn't about just the doctors and the nurses and physiotherapists. It's about a whole team of people that work together to make sure that the environment is conducive to healing.
Thank
you so much.
It's been my pleasure. Yes.
My pleasure, absolutely.
The pleasure is all mine.
I don't know if the rest of the senior management team appreciates what the grounds team brings to Sunnybrook. I learned a whole lot about what their job is, how committed and connected they feel to the hospital as a healing place.
Coming up, Malcolm's on potty training.
And always flush and stand back.
And later, a desperate 911 from Danny the painter.
This hospital's going downhill.
Sunnybrook boss Malcolm Moffat is starting his third day undercover.
I'm working in housekeeping today. Housekeeping is extremely important in hospitals, and if housekeeping isn't done properly, the possibility of spreading infections is much greater.
Today, Malcolm's going to be working at Sunnybrook's Veterans Center, home to Canada's war heroes.
Hi.
Hi. Are you Dana?
Yes.
Hi, Dana. I'm Ray.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
We're responsible for keeping the hospital clean and sanitized to keep our patients safe and keep the hospital running. Good morning. Hi.
Good morning.
I'm just going to be in cleaning your room today. So you're going to wipe the front and the back of your pillow going away from your body. That way. Good, yeah. And you're going to wash the seams now. Just do a wiping of the seam. As you get the hang of it, you'd be speeding up through your... I know.
Okay.
It's your first time doing this, so...
How long have you been doing this?
15 years now. And you're never flinging anything up towards your face, be the chemicals on the cloth or something that might be on the bed. You're always cleaning with the idea that at any time, someone could have a bug, have a virus or whatever. So when you're cleaning with that in your mind, you want to get every possible surface covered with the chemical that you can. You're wiping the controller, that the nurses would touch.
So you're assuming the nurses might have something as well?
You always have to. That's your job. When you come into a hospital, we're dealing with people's lives or saving their lives. We're taking part in that. So it's really, really important for the cleaning staff to understand just how important they are. You're also washing anything that they might come into contact with that would spread. You know, I've been out at social functions before when people have asked me what I do, and I've said, you know, I clean at Sunnybrook, and they'll be like, oh, you have the bottom of the barrel job, you know, and it couldn't be further from the truth. The hospital couldn't function without us safely. Now, I'm gonna get you to do this, and always flush and stand back. Our toilets use a lot of force.
Oh, so
you don't want to end up wearing, yeah. You're being very careful that you're not applying too much pressure that when you come around, you're going to fling toilet water all over yourself. I am going to get you to mop the floor now. First things first, you want to get your wet floor sign. Okay? You're facing it this way just so that it's unobtrusive going into the room. We're almost done. And you're never slapping your mop down. So one thing you want to keep in mind is you have 17 plus rooms to do. So we're gonna have to, now that we've got the method down, we're gonna have to speed it up. You're gonna do this room on your own. And while you're going more quickly, you're always using caution. You might want to pick up your speed a bit, sorry.
I'm pathetic. I'm really slow.
And we'll have to speed up a bit.
It feels like I'll never get the routine, and I have no idea how somebody can do 17 rooms in a day.
So try not to splash too much, because there again, you're protecting yourself. I'm sorry if I'm being a nag, it's just, I don't want you to get hurt.
She was making sure that I was doing it right so that any potential infection control was being done properly.
Hey, you can't, nope. Nope, you touch the toilet, nope, it's gotta go. Once you've done the toilet, that's all you've cleaned with it.
I think I'm a disaster at cleaning.
Okay, can you think of something that you might have forgotten before going in? Looking down at what we're doing now. The alarm bell goes off in this room. The nurse comes running in here to rescue the patient.
Oh, all right.
That's the number one thing that you'll get nailed on. They slip and fall and it's up, it's bad enough. They slip and fall and you don't have it up, it's critical. And also, it's a liability issue. So you've got to be really careful. Hi, is it all right with you if we come in to clean your room?
I was really amazed at the way Dana interacted with the patients.
Are any of these handsome men up here you?
I'm in 2, 3.
Dana's able to go into that room knowing that she's only got X number of minutes to clean the room, but she takes that time to make that personal connection and to introduce herself and talk to the person.
You're the only contact sometimes that these patients have in the course of a day. It's not all about just walking in and cleaning their room. Know when it's best to walk away, know when it's best to interact with them. Just be sensitive. And it comes down to the basic rule, treat others as you would like to be treated.
You weren't taught that. That wasn't part of 2-week training.
No.
So I'm really impressed that Dana has taken that on herself to make that personal connection. And I'm wondering if there's an opportunity there for us to make sure that all of our staff are getting some kind of client interaction training.
And you could be the one bright spot in their day, you know?
Okay. And you figured that out on your own?
No, well, you do and you don't. No, you never want to. Okay, you're going to have to clean the counter again.
Oh, okay.
You took your toilet rag and you put it on the counter.
Okay.
Yeah.
I screwed up.
It's a huge mistake.
I'm glad Dana caught me doing that, because otherwise I wouldn't even have thought of it. Did you ever have any family that was in a...
Actually, my grandfather died here, not in this building, but over in the main building in 1957. He was a sergeant in the Army and came back after the war. He was injured. So it's always been an emotional attachment because it's just something you grow up hearing about, and then you end up working here just by coincidence. And it just so happens that when I was pregnant with my daughter a couple of years ago, I collapsed at work.
Oh my goodness.
I had a health issue. They needed to perform surgery to save myself and the baby. So I'm eternally grateful. Yeah. I have a happy, healthy little baby girl. And honestly, the treatment I received here, I couldn't be more thankful. So,
wow, that's
they saved us.
Story.
Working here has allowed me to do everything that I wanted to do as a mom. I'm not leaving. I'll be here till I retire. I want both my kids to go to university, and I want to be able to provide that for them. And So that's why Mom is here working hard.
I think Dana is an amazing employee and an amazing person.
That's pretty much it.
Great.
So it was very nice working with you.
Dana, you
Thanks
are
very much for your
amazing.
help.
It gives me a lot of gratification to know that a frontline staff member is so connected to the hospital and so proud of their job that they're willing to go that extra mile and make sure that they're doing it right and they're teaching other people to do it right.
Coming up, the wear and tear of hospital life gets to Danny the painter.
We try our best, we try to patch, and then it gets smashed again.
And later,
You think a volunteer could do your job?
No, I do not.
Malcolm Moffat is discovering that it's hard work being someone else. Now it takes him longer to get ready in the mornings, but meeting the hospital's hidden heroes is paying off.
It's very freeing. You can ask questions that people don't think you're just trying to pry. Today I'm working in the paint shop. The hospital is a huge place, and I'm afraid that one of the areas that may have been cut to the bone is the paint shop. So I'm really interested in figuring out how they prioritize where they paint in the hospital, and do they have all of the tools that they need to do the work that they're expected to do. Hi, I'm looking for Danny.
Yes, how you doing?
I'm Ray McElhone. I gotta tell you, I don't know a whole lot about painting.
You well know. There's a uniform in the office in the back there. You can go right in that room and get changed.
Okay.
I've been at Sunnybrook for 29 years. I enjoy painting. I've been doing it for that many years. I guess I must enjoy it. You ready for the tour?
I think so.
Ready to go?
You say you work all over the hospital.
We do everything in the hospital. And I'll show you some areas that get really banged up and damaged all the time.
I see that over there.
This never stops. It's a big hospital. It's a big facility, and it needs a lot of attention. Now, this goes up to 8 floors right here.
Okay.
Now, all these areas always get damaged as you're coming into the elevators. Now, we just did this about 4 weeks ago, because people come in, you got stretchers, you got people wagons that have got supplies.
Wow.
It keeps going on and on and on, and it never stops.
Is that a little bit frustrating sometimes?
Yeah, but we don't have enough manpower.
How many guys are working in the paint shop?
There's only 4 of us counting me. You got guys that got wagons, carts, banging walls, smashing in things. You got to fix them, or else the visitors that come say, oh man, look at this. This hospital's going downhill. What I try to do is I try to keep all the main areas done. We try our best. We try to patch.
Yeah.
And then it gets smashed again.
Wow. Why aren't we protecting some of the walls a little bit better than we are? With only 4 guys, how do you keep up?
You can't.
There may be certain places in the hospital that have more traffic that we could look at maybe putting plexiglass against the wall so that they don't get banged up so quickly. It'll make Danny's job a little bit easier.
Now we're back in the shop and we're going to mix some paint. I'm going to let you put the stuff in.
Okay.
So I go to B3, B. Now you pump this up, pump it up.
Okay.
Now push that down. The next one would be E6.
We spent a lot of time mixing the paint and doing things very manually.
But I really wish they would give me a computer system for this, because it would be a lot quicker for me to work. Like if you gave me a color from any wall, I can put it in the computer thing and it'll come out and almost match it exactly.
Sounds like it would be a huge time saver, and that would mean that the painters would then have more time to actually be doing the painting. Man, this is the longest corridor I've ever seen.
This is over 1/4 mile long.
So you're painting 1/4 mile long on how many floors?
You can go right up to the 9th floor.
You must get your exercise every day.
Every day you're walking. And like you can see the old paint there that's been there since the building was built.
Yeah. When I came up to the area and saw that there was a wall that was about 12 feet by 8 or 9 feet high, I thought to myself, well, we can probably finish this in half an hour or so. And then when I actually started to do the work, I had to do some patching, had to do some priming.
Here, a little bit here is a little too much. No, you should get the patch up on the top in front of you.
I started getting a much better sense of the job of the painter in the hospital. How long would a job like this normally take you?
I'd be already out of here.
Okay, that's what I was afraid of. I certainly felt that I was holding Danny back.
You're holding the brush a little wrong, though. Hold it like that. so that you can cut across.
Okay.
You hit the ceiling. You're lucky my other boss wasn't here. He did not too bad. I would not say the greatest. That I will never say. You hit the ceiling again there. I'll have to go back.
So.
Big sink right here.
Okay. Good kids?
We tried a long time ago. When I first got into Sunnybrook in '82, we went to see a specialist downtown. We tried everything, and it never worked.
It never worked.
So we went from there on. We just worried about life, and my other sisters and brothers were having piles of kids. I got 25 nieces and nephews. Wow. I got some in Newfoundland, I got some in Vancouver, I got them all over the place.
You ever get to Newfoundland?
I try to go every year and then drive right up to my mom's house.
So your mom still
lives in a big house in Newfoundland.
Oh, wow. I know what it's like to have your mom live so far away and how important it is to be able to make that connection on a regular basis.
I tried. This year, I haven't gone this year.
You know, my mom just passed away a couple of months ago, so I can really empathize with that.
When I go there, I get along and help her, and if she wants a room painted, I go paint it for her. And I would.
Thank you.
No problem,
Thank you so much. I've learned a whole lot of things that I think I can bring back to the senior management team, and we can make a difference. A real difference, which will make Danny's job easier. It will make the hospital a nicer environment, and it actually creates some efficiencies.
Coming up, Malcolm meets the woman who puts heart into hospital art.
The act of being creative is therapeutic.
And later, an emotional meeting.
I really don't know what this means to me.
Malcolm Moffat has spent the last 4 days working with employees on the front lines.
Not a very fast learner. The next part's the tough part, actually. Getting it up.
Today is his last day undercover.
We'll be spending some time with an art therapist, which is, I guess, a little bit closer to the patients than I have been in the past couple of days. I guess I'm nervous about being closer to the patients because with this, if I make a mistake and the patient's right there, it could be bad. Morning. Are you Lori?
Hi.
Hi, Lori. I'm Ray.
Nice to meet you, Ray.
Nice to meet you.
I'm an art therapist here at Sunnybrook, and I've worked here for 25 years.
Looking at all the stuff you have here, it's just...
It is a little overwhelming. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
I'm in here most of the time with, perhaps a volunteer or a art therapy student.
So how long have you been here at Sunnybrook?
I've been here over 25 years.
Wow.
I'm a lifer. Once these veterans get in your heart, it's, I love them. I think that they've given so much to our country. I think that we wouldn't have this beautiful country. We wouldn't have this world if they didn't go through what they went through. But this is our little art cottage down here. Okay. It's like a little bunkie. So I'll hand this to you. If you could put this one just over here. Walter likes to sit on that side of the table. Yeah, that's great. Since you're tall, this has been a problem for a couple days. Great. Somebody moved it, and I couldn't fix it the other day. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I think we're good. Why don't we start trekking up to grab people? Yeah. Hi, Walter. This is Ray.
Walter. Hi, Walter.
It's gorgeous out.
Hi.
I'm good. How are you? You settling in all right? Okay. All right. I'll see you a little later. Hello. How are you? Okay. Ray and I'll go and pick up a couple more people. You're all set.
Yeah.
We're not going too fast? Yes. Okay, we'll slow down.
The residents seem to just light up when they see Lori, and they seem to light up when they realize that they're going down for their art therapy.
So do you want to do anything contrasting on the back or keep it the same?
So there's a lime green, and there's a hunter green.
Put an image or something?
Daisies.
Daisies. I love it.
Certainly from my perspective, Lori is excellent at her job.
Good gal here.
She's very caring. She's very client-focused.
Did you show that one to Ray?
I like it.
I love the purples. An art therapist uses art as therapy. So the act of being creative, the act of making things in and of itself is therapeutic and is stress-relieving. Is an opportunity for people to share who they are. When you become focused and relaxed, there's many art forms and craft forms that lower blood pressure.
This morning was special.
Good. And we have more this afternoon.
Great. Great.
Is it a little draining? But that's part of, you know, when you're working with people, you need to take care of yourself because you've got to give so much. It can dry you out a little bit.
I always worry about the clinicians and the burdens that they have to take home.
For a therapist, you are taking in people's emotion, and you're a container for that emotion. So, you know, therapists I have to take good care of myself. I have to make sure that I'm, you know, centered.
Do you ever worry that there won't be enough money to keep this program going?
Well, you know, the veterans are aging. It's an honor to work here as long as they're here. Sure, it of course concerns us that, you know, the funding might not be there in the future, and it's something that is so valuable to people's health.
Do you think a volunteer could do your job?
No, I do not.
Okay.
You know, people think that, oh, well, you know, we can have a volunteer do this job. It's something that sort of is a little startling for me, a little upsetting. You know, I guess people aren't understanding the nuances and, you know, what I might need to do to make people feel safe and build that relationship with them so that they're comfortable coming in and sharing a bit of themselves. So how's it weaving, Gunnar? Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
It's coming a lot better, too.
Yeah.
I've always heard it called art therapy, and I always have thought about it as art. I never really thought about the therapy side of it.
Happy with that?
I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
The reaction of the residents to me said today that art therapy is extremely important.
For me, this job, it's so rewarding. It's so magical to see what people are capable of in their 90s or over 100. It's inspiring. I think they're the magic. And the art is just the medium.
So when I go back to my regular job, it's actually right in the middle of budgeting for 2014-15. So it's a really good time for me to be going around the hospital and getting a much better idea of what goes on right at the front line. I might just be a voice for some of those departments that I had the pleasure and opportunity to meet with over the course of the last week.
Coming up.
Sometimes I have to swing the axe.
You are not.
Today's not one of those days.
Malcolm Moffat's secret work week is over. Krista, Rowan, Dana, Danny, and Laurie have been summoned to an emergency meeting. They don't know it yet, but someone's about to make their work week.
Do you remember me?
I sure do.
It was you, wasn't it?
You look quite a bit different.
I'm not Ray. I'm Malcolm Moffat. I'm the Executive Vice President of Programs.
It's a bit of a shock.
I really fell for it.
It's so funny.
You look a lot younger when I seen you dressed up.
Oh, well, you did a marvelous job.
Hey, Laurie. One of my jobs is to balance budgets, and sometimes I have to swing the axe. But today's not one of those days.
Okay, well, that's good.
After a day with you, there's no question in my mind that art therapy is critical.
Oh, wonderful. Excellent.
As a therapist, I know you sometimes carry the world on your shoulders. And I want to give you a bit of a break. There's a special art exhibit that's on in Calgary, and this particular art exhibit is the first art exhibit commemorating the 100th anniversary of the First World War.
Oh, my God.
So we're going to send you and your husband to Calgary.
That's marvelous.
We're going to send you for a week, put you up in a hotel.
Thank you so much. That's very generous. Very, very generous. To really genuinely be understood and appreciated by your employer in such an intimate, personal manner, it's a little icing on the cake. It's pretty special. It's pretty special. So I feel.
Danny, I had no idea what your job entailed and just how important it is to the hospital. You know, a couple of things you pointed out to me were a bit of a surprise. The paint mixing machine.
Mm-hmm.
That was a pretty cool machine, but it seemed to be pretty old.
It is.
And I want to replace it for you with the computerized one.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
I want to make your job easier.
I appreciate it. Very much.
So, Danny, there's one more thing. I know there's a person in your life that's really important to you. You know, my mom passed away a couple of months ago, so I'm not going to get the opportunity to visit her anymore. And I want to give you that opportunity. So I'm going to fly you and your wife back to Newfoundland so that you can visit with your mom.
I appreciate that a lot. I would.
But we really want to make that happen for you.
Great. Thanks. He's going to send me home to my mom. That's all I care about.
After all you did for me, you deserve that.
Thank you. And I'm really happy that they appreciate my work now. It makes me feel good inside.
Dana, you were outstanding. I couldn't have picked a better person to learn from. You were...
It's nice to hear. I'm glad I didn't mess up.
But I'd like to see that all of the staff are trained to deal with patients the way you do. But I'm going to need your help.
Okay.
And what I'm going to ask you to do is to be part of a committee that develops a patient relations training program for housekeeping staff here at Sunnybrook.
Wonderful. I'd be thrilled. I'd love to do it.
Something else that I want to do for you. You talked to me about how passionate you are about your children.
Yes.
So I want to help you help them become what they want to become in their life. And thanks to the Royal Bank of Canada, I'm going to start them off with a $5,000 savings plan for their education.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Thank you so much. That's, trying not to cry or choke here. That was probably the best thing that anyone could do for us. The fact that they're getting that because he thought that I did a good job is even more rewarding. It's not like I just won it in the lottery. I actually really worked for this.
Hi, Rohan. I want to tell you that you did a really good job. I was actually blown away by your knowledge, by your passion.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I wasn't sure if you always had the right tools to do your jobs. I'm going to help you get those tools. I'm going to start by getting some brand new brooms, and we can talk about other tools you need to do your job properly.
On behalf of the team, I say thank you.
But I do want to make sure that you're recognized for what you do here. So I'm going to make sure that there's some money available to you and a spot available on the campus so that you can create a healing garden.
Thank you.
And we're going to name it after you, the Rohan Harrison Healing Garden.
Man, that's something that's, apart from my faith belief in my family, that's right up there. To know that a part of me will always be with Sunnybrook. It also gives me the foundation to say, I guess Sunnybrook will be my home for a very long time.
Hi, Krista. You were really fantastic, and I learned a lot from you. I did notice a few things, though, that I didn't like.
Okay.
Not about you.
Okay.
More about the tools that we give you. There didn't seem to be enough tools. And
sometimes it feels that way.
so I want to make sure that you have what you need to do the job. And that means having enough scoops and enough forks.
That would be good.
Being an only mom must be hard at times, and finding the time that you can spend with your child. Well, I want to create something for you that will give your daughter some memories and allow you and your daughter to spend some time together. So we're going to send you on a cruise.
You are not. This is a joke.
This is a joke. Going on a cruise with your daughter.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You really don't know what this means to me. Wow. Wow. Wow.
We're blessed to have people like you at the hospital.
Thank you so much. This means the world. The world to me. My daughter's gonna go crazy when I get home and I tell her something like this coming to me just for doing my job. It's pretty exciting.
I do feel more connected to the frontline staff, albeit I only met with 5 of them, but they were 5 very representative people, and I feel that through them, I've learned a lot about their colleagues. They all knew they were working for a hospital, and they all knew about the effect that their particular job had on the well-being of the patients that we care for.